knees are up in the air like this. The hips are pretty tight, I know. And we try to like push them down. We're having a hard time. We're making no progress. And then we try to the next part, which is come forward. You're really not going to be able to do anything because you can start open. So we need to do two things. We need to externally rotate the legs. Okay, so your thighs need to rotate outward. Okay, so it's a rotation, a circling outward of the thighs. That's number one. Okay, and the second part that you need is you need to abduct or move the hips open this way. Okay, so you've got to get open at the hips and external rotation at the hip as well. Okay, so those are the two things that we're going to be talking about to help us to get to this better. All right, so let's go ahead and begin the practice. We're going to close in, internal rotate, sit back in child's pose, sit back on the heels, find your breathing. Excuse me. Stretch your arms forward, everybody, in child's pose. Sink your hips a little further back to your heels. And let your forehead rest on your yoga block or on the floor. Go ahead and let it come down, you guys. And listen to your breathing. So you'll take a nice inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose or the mouth. Now when you inhale, when you breathe in, let your belly drop toward the floor. When you breathe in, open up your belly. And when you exhale, activate your core and engage the navel into your spine. So just work on inhaling and letting your belly drop toward the floor and exhaling, engaging the core. And practice 3 more breaths, and as you're doing this, your forehead should rest comfortably against the block or the floor. 2 more breaths, you guys. And when you're ready, bring your arms all the way over to the right side and open up that left side body. So we're going to open up that low back, breathing in and breathing out. Again, getting your belly to open on your inhale and engage your core on your exhale. And we'll come over to the left side. So come all the way over to the left side, you guys. And get that head to come down a little bit more if you can. Hips back. Inhale to exhale. All right, we come right back into the center. And staying in your child's pose, take your right arm underneath that left. So right arm all the way underneath that left arm. You got it. Let the side of the head come down. So let the side of your head rest on the floor. Yeah, you got it. Press your arm into the ground and breathing in and breathing out. So releasing tension at the shoulder. All right, let's unwind that and try the left side. So get a nice easy warm up here, you guys. So reach underneath. Let your shoulder blade relax, that upper back relax. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time, breathing in, breathing out. Unwind and come up onto hands and knees, working into cat and cow. So get the wrist right under the shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, squeeze the navel in. Try that a few times. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, pull the navel in. Twice more. Inhale. Really opening up your spine, you guys. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. Now we're going to hold neutral position. Bring the shoulders nice and strong. Activate right here through the side of the body. Bring the right leg all the way out and tuck it in. Out, tuck it in. Out, and tuck it. So really get working in through the hip, you guys. For 4, 3, 2, and hold it out there. Extend your left arm, thumb to the sky. Shoulders are anchored. right next to each other. So pull your rib cage into alignment, armpit alignment, extend that thumb up a little bit more, breathe a little bit more, stretch that leg back for 3, 2, and 1. Let's draw that down. Go ahead and take a cat and cow if you need it. Take 1, nice inhale, exhale, and then release it into neutral position. Activate right here into the side body. Bring that left leg straight out and we'll tuck it in. So we go 1, and stretch, 2, and stretch, 3, stretch, 4, good, 5, make it all work from the hips, elbows are straight you guys, arms are super toned and strong, and 1 more, then we'll hold it out there, opposing arm comes up, make sure your rib cage isn't slipped out like that, keep it nice and strong, pull the belly in, chest is solid, lift the arm, lift the leg, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing it down, come into plank position. So we're going to reach ourselves up into plank. Get those knees nice and strong. Then we'll bend those knees, push back, and come forward into plank. So 1, press back, come forward. 2, press back. 3, and 1 more time. And 4. Come all the way down to the ground. Wrists are strong, elbows in. Lift, lift, lift. Get that nice reach up. Tone through the belly. Now you're going to look to the right and stretch your neck. Look to the left. Come center. Look down. Stretch your upper back. And look up. Going into downward dog. Activate that core. Reach it all the way back, you guys. Press those heels down to the ground. Stretch your lower back as much as you can. Send your back all the way back there. Plug your heels into the ground. Press your chest toward your toes for 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take the right knee right underneath us here. Push it forward. Right knee underneath on the ground. Spin it open. Lift that nice and tall. Lift that top leg. Grab your foot behind you and reach. Open up your quad. So grab your ankle behind you. Yep. Spin your shin back, Grant. Spin the one on the ground. Kick it back there. Yep. There you go. You're on like a kickstand. There you go. Good. So you guys want to stretch your head back, your shoulders back, your ankle to your bum, and your knee back, and really work on that quad stretch, you guys. For 3, draw the belly in long. 2, and 1. Come back into plank position. Release. Come back into plank. Nice and strong. Strong elbows. Squat back for 1, come forward, 2, come forward, 3, come forward, and 4. Now you're going to take your body all the way down. You're going to take your body all the way up. You're going to lift up nice and tall and lift the chest. Stretch back into downward dog. Stretch your lower back. Reach it back. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale, you guys. Now take your left knee forward on the mat. Spin your shin behind you. Spin it out. Lift up that top arm. You got it. Lift up your top leg, you guys. Grab your foot behind you. Stretch out your quad. So you're going to pull your knee back. Pull your ankle into your bum. Press your head back, shoulders back. Good. Your hip is forward. That is awesome. Keep lifting that knee behind you more. Lifting that knee up, not just the foot, but the knee as well. For 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Woohoo! Come back to plank. 1 more, you guys. You're gonna squat back for 1. Come forward. 2. Come forward. 3. And 4. Come all the way down to the ground. Inhaling up. Reach it all the way up, you guys. Exhale into downward dog. Woo! All right, we'll take that right leg up to the sky. We're just gonna start to work our hip opener here. So right leg up. Everyone's got a nice reach open. Now externally rotate that leg in the air. Point that knee out to the side. Bend your knee and open at the hip. 2 and 1. Take that leg in, step it forward, all the way up. Come into your twist, lift that right arm all the way up. Left hand can be on the yoga block if you need to. So you're twisting out to the track, you got it. Chest is up, open up, hug into this hip, you guys, hug it in. Breathe in, breathe out. Belly is strong. push your hips apart. You want to get into that push apart, come down into the stretch, lean back, and then come into your side angle, reach all the way over. Go ahead a little bit more. Breathe in, breathe out, and then come back down, you guys. Go ahead and step back with that right leg in the air again. Stretch that right leg in the air. Externally rotate, bend that knee in the air, turn it open, yeah. There you go. You're gonna take it in front of you for pigeon pose. So you're gonna bring the knee in, point the knee out to the side, land the shin in front of you. So your knee goes outside your wrist. Okay, so outside of your wrist. This is your external rotation, okay? So you wanna roll your thigh out, external rotate, and try to lift at the chest. For 4. Keep pulling that hip open. 3, 2, and then lean forward. So your thigh is rotating back, your body's coming forward. You're coming down. Keep spinning that hip and that thigh, so don't let your body roll to the side, right? You're 3, keep opening. 2, and 1. Awesome. Bring yourself right back up. Take that leg back up in the air, you guys. So you're gonna stretch it up there, right leg up in the air. External rotation, bend the knee, open the hip for 3, 2, and 1. Step it forward again, you guys. Step that foot all the way up. And you're gonna go into a wide turn. So you're just gonna turn and stretch wide. So you guys are gonna have your front leg straight and open up your hips. So hands to the ground and push your hips open, right to left. Push your hips away from each other. Abduction, so your outer thighs are working. You're pushing your right hip to the right, left hip to the left, even though you're bending your left knee and straightening out that right. Push, open your hips a little bit more for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the front, round the back leg, and rise up. Now lift through the spine, you guys, and elongate your back here. So stretch the back nice and long and strong. Bring the hands together, lift through the chest. Belly is lifting for 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down into plank. Woo! All right. We're going to take a little half chaturanga. So you come down and then push yourself back up. 1. Come down. Push yourself back up. 2. Come down half. Push yourself back up. 3. Do it again. Down half. Push it up. 4. 2 more. Down half. Push it up. Woo! Turn down the breeze. Shut the window. All right, come all the way down. Inhaling it out. Woo! Exhale, downward dog. Woo-hoo. All right, you guys, elongate your back. Plug your heels into the ground. Straighten out your knees. Arms are strong. Back is spread. Chest is spread. Left leg up to the sky. Yeah, there you go. External rotation. Bend your knee. Open your hip. Breathe in, breathe out. So keep thinking about turning your thigh in the hip joint like you're turning a doorknob. Keep rotating outward for 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to step it forward, you guys. Come all the way up. Get your right hand to the block of the floor. Come into this twist. And nice and open, you guys. Nice and open. Pull your torso long. All right. You're going to step right back. Take it into downward dog again. Get that leg up in the air. Open your hip. External rotation again. Turn your thigh out. External rotation. Bend your knee. Yeah, there you go. Breathe in, breathe out. This is going to be pigeon pose. So you're going to tuck it in. You're going to send the knee out to the side with your external rotation. Your foot here is going to help you. You're rotating that thigh out. Yeah, rotate it out. You want to lift up through the chest as you're working at that external rotation at your thigh. And then send your torso forward. So you keep spinning your left thigh outward and you come down. You're breathing in and breathing out. Feeling so good, right? Yes. 2 and 1. All right, we're going to send it back up into downward dog. So you're going to Press yourself up. Get that leg up in the air. Bend open your hip. External rotation, elbows strong. No tension at the shoulders. Neck is relaxed. You're going to step that leg in and forward. Come into warrior two. Rise up, spread open your hips. So your abductors right here pushing out. External rotation, left thigh. Keep working that external rotation. Keep working on opening the hips. Come down, 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 down. Lean back to your right leg. Inhale and exhale. Go for it, you guys. Throat is open. Open the heart. There you go. Now you're going to come into that side angle. So you come all the way over. Go ahead and stretch a little bit deeper. External rotation at that thigh. Don't hug it in. Roll it out. And then you're going to bring those hands down and you're going to lunge shift. So wide lunge shift. So you guys are going to go ahead and straighten out. Yep. And this one right here, you're just pushing your hips away from each other. You are spreading your hips apart. Your right pelvic bone goes right. Your left pelvic bone goes left. You keep opening from the bottom, the middle, and the top of the pelvis. Just keep stretching them apart for 3, 2, and 1. Come forward and come back up into warrior one. So you'll rise up, press your hip forward, lift up, and lift up through the heart. This is awesome. Breathe deeply, guys, for 3, 2, come down to this hip now, and 1. Step into plank, and we're going to do 4 of our chaturanga halfway down. Press yourself up. Here we go. So it's 1, push yourself up. 2, push yourself up. Halfway point. Stop with a 90 degree at the elbow. 3, one more time, and 4. Good. Come all the way down. Inhaling up. Lift, neck up. And then downward dog. Reach back. Woo! All right. Stretch it all the way out, you guys. And then walk or jump your feet to your hands, however you want to get there. Step into halfway lift. Lift up through the chest. And come into your forward fold. So release your spine. You still want to open your pelvic bones right to left here so that your spine can come down a little bit more. For 3, let your head come down. 2, beautiful. And 1, and we'll come up into chair pose. So we'll get this nice reach up into chair pose. So even though you're in chair pose, even though your legs are together, you still want to feel like your hips are pushing away from each other. So abduction, pushing out. For 2, and 1. Rise up, and surrender. Open, just like that. Open up. Lift that heart open. And reach over to the right side. So that right hand's going to press against your leg, and that left arm is going to pull this upper chest all the way over. So you're pulling the upper chest up, out from your rib cage and over. Keep those hips open. And then rise up. We're being blown. The Wizard of Oz. Let's go to the other side. That might be where we could go. Oz. I like that. Let's keep lifting that chest over. A little bit more, you guys. Keep pulling this up away from the rib cage. 2 and 1. One more surrender. Open up. Chest should be nice and open here. Beautiful. Clasp the hands back. Reach all the way over. Now loosen up that scapula. Let your neck release. Arms up overhead. Breathing in, breathing out. Lift your arms from your back. Get a little more range there, you guys. For 3, 2. Hands to the ground. Let's step back into plank. So we'll reach back into plank. Now when we come into plank, lift up your right arm. So we'll be looking out over there. And then send your right arm over your head, you guys. Over your head. So over the crown of your head. Reach the head back. Lengthen your back for 3. You got it. 2. Top leg into tree pose. This is external rotation. Top leg into tree pose. Externally rotate your thigh. Don't move your hips. 2. Top leg behind you. Open up. Reach back. Go up on your toes if you're able to. And extend your chest. We just opened up. Hint, hint. The sides of the chest. Hint, hint. Right? Open the chest. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 and 1. Unwind. Yay. All right, you guys, come back into plank. Going to left side, lifting up that left arm. Reach it all the way over now, so open chest. Elongate the body. Take your top leg to tree. External rotation. Hips are strong. Back is long. Take it back for wild thing. Reach it back. Walk your feet if you need to. Toes is fine. Just keep sending both chest sides open. Lift. Beautiful. Unwind, you guys. Woohoo! Come into plank. Down to turn around again. Inhaling up. All right, come all the way down flat to the ground. Grab your right foot. Okay, see if you guys can do your best without hurting yourself. And don't let your knee go off to the side. Bring your knee in line with your hip joint. And bring your ankle to your bum. Ankle to your bum. Stretch your quad. Get it to touch there. Now lift your knee up off the ground. Lift your thigh up off the ground. All right, let's let that go and we'll try the other side. Side 2. Use that strap though, you guys, if you need it, okay? So keep your knee in line with your hip joint. Bring your ankle right to your bum and keep making progress. Keep making progress. Get a little bit closer. And then lift your thigh up off the ground. Lift your knee up off the ground. Lift. Awesome. Letting that go. Woohoo! Pressing up and into downward facing dog. Elongate your back, you guys. Breathe deeply. Open up through the chest. Bring your right leg up to the sky. Stretch it up as high as you can, you guys, now. So what I want you guys to try to feel is your right heel plugging up higher to the sky and your left heel plugging down. So push them away from each other for 3. Keep pushing. 2. And then squeeze the knee right into your tummy here. So pull your shin in, squeeze your hip flexor, and then step your foot or push it forward all the way up there. You're going to turn to the side, come into balance stability, opening up through the hip. And right here, flex your feet. So you turn to the sides and keep your hand on your top hip. Because what I want you guys to do is abduct your hips. So push your hips away from each other. Top leg is straight. Push your hips apart. And so you're facing out this way to the field, you guys, to the bleachers. You're turned out this way. Your top arm can go up overhead if you wanted to, but I definitely want you guys to push your hips apart and get that leg as high as you can. Yeah, keep pushing. For 4, keep pushing open. 3, now catch your foot behind you. We just did it on the ground. Yes, see, there's a method. There's a method. You know your foot can come to your butt because you just did it. So get your ankle to your bum, keep your knee in line with your hip, and pull your knee behind you more and your thigh behind you more. For 3, open up that quad. 2, and 1. Woohoo! Send it all the way back. Come into triangle pose. So straight and open. You guys all know triangle pose. Right leg is going to be straight. Come all the way down in front. Open up. Now I want you guys to feel like, get into triangle pose, but feel like you're pulling your legs in toward each other. Your inner thighs are going to be active. Go for it. Right? Legs are straight and strong. Pull your inner thighs toward each other. Lean back with your upper back. Your head and your shoulders have to go back. Your butt has to come forward to open up your hips for 3. Now, even though you're pulling your inner thighs toward each other, push your hips away from each other. Push them out. Outer thigh push for 4, 3, 2. All right, let's rise up and practice our twist. Okay, so inner thighs pulling in, twist around, hips are pushing out, and let's come down with that left hand. Yeah, left hand to the outside. So you guys are twisting. Yeah, just twist again. Like Chubby Checker says, just atta girl. That's it. If you're not doing this twist, you can do that one. I don't mind. right arm is up high. Squeeze your inner thighs toward each other. Push your hips away from each other. Now lift that arm and chest. Turn your chin up if you can for 3, 2, and 1. Come into plank. Woohoo! So good, you guys. Yeah, come all the way down. Inhaling up. Those hips are gonna be so ready. Go into downward dog. Stretch back. Okay, now I want you guys to elongate your back muscles. So pull your back muscles toward your hips, right? Stretch them all the way back. And then your belly should lift in and up toward your chest like that. Now the left leg's gonna go up to the sky, so I'm gonna lift it up straight. And you're plugging your right heel down and the left heel up. So you're getting that sense of push and pull. And while your legs are separating like that, push your hips away from each other right to left. Okay, so you're getting that opening and opening. For 3, leg is straight. 2. Now squeeze the knee into the chest. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then step it forward. Round your back foot. Okay, we're gonna come into our balance, right? Or did we do something else? I messed up. I wanna come into balance so bad. I really just wanna do this. So your hand can stay on your hip, right? And your top leg is lifting all the way up and out. Top leg is lifting all the way up and out. Come on, girl. Just get right back to it. Get right back to it. Hips push away from each other. Lift that leg higher. Push, push, push. Now catch your foot behind you. Go for it. Bend and catch. Squeeze your ankle in. I know, this is where we just lose it, you guys. Grab that ankle. You pull it in. And you pull your knee back. And it's like, why can I do it on the ground? But now here it's much harder. So really opening up the hips for 3, 2. Release and send it back into triangle pose. So we'll come up, open up into triangle. Everybody's nice and open. Lean over to that left side, inside leg. Reach up that top arm. Reach up your top arm. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now you guys squeeze your inner thighs toward each other. Hug them in while you push your hips apart. So it's push and pull. Lean back with your head, your upper back. Turn your chin up for 3, 2, go for it. And 1, rise up, rise up, rise up, you guys. Twist, twist. Keep those legs squeezing. Reaching that right hand down to the outside of that left leg. Now again, right here, you guys, your hand can be on the block of the floor, but hug those inner thighs together. Push the hips apart. So it's a push and pull. Pull your inner thighs toward each other. Push your right hip and left hip away from each other. Yes, that's it. Good, beautiful. There you go. Lift up that chest, lift up that chin for 3, 2, and 1. Woohoo! All right, you guys, step in. Bring your feet apart, like width of the mat. Come down into squat. Elbows inside knees. Come on down. Yeah. All right, so you're gonna pull your inner thighs in, push your abductors out. So outer hips, you're just pushing them out away from each other. So get that spacing for 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands forward. Just come into crow. When you guys are practicing crow, I want you to try practicing opening your hips. So you're squeezing in at the inner thighs and pushing out at the hips. Okay, so in at the inner thighs, pushing out at the hips. Or you can just stay in the squat and do it. There you go. 2, and 1. Release back down. Go ahead, take your right leg back. Come into a wide-legged turn. So you're just going to spread out your feet, and you're going to turn your feet in the same direction. And your feet are going to be aligned with each other. And again, you guys are pushing your hips apart. Push out. Push out. So you'll notice as you abduct your hips, your spine will come down more. Move your hips more forward. Yep, so push your outer hips out. Straight legs. Then come down a little bit more. Beautiful. Now walk your hands out, but keep your weight into your feet. And then press your hands down like you're doing a big, long, wide leg downward dog. push your hands into that freshly mowed grass. And you can flatten out your hands out ahead of you, like you're doing downward dog. So you're gonna push back into your legs. Yeah, for 3. Get a nice big push, you guys. 2. So good. Now you're gonna lunge to the right. If you go to the left, you will not lose points. So push your hips apart as you're lunging as deep as you can. Now see if you can externally rotate that knee that's bent. See if you can externally rotate it, like you're gonna flop it out. You're gonna roll to the outside of your foot and everything. Now come back in and lunge to the other side. Yeah, that's better, right? Worse. So push open your hips as you lunge. Push open your hips. Breathe deeply. And now maybe externally rotate that thigh that you're lunging to, that bent knee. So it's gonna feel like you're gonna go into like Baddha Konasana or pigeon pose. That knee's gonna roll out. External. All right, let's release it back to center. Woo, go back to front. Come down flat on the belly. Woohoo! Grab both feet, 1 and 2. And if you cannot do this, you can use your yoga strap, okay? So if you cannot do that, you just grab your strap and you put the strap under your ankles, like that. And then you bring the strap up next to you so that when you bend your knees, you can catch your strap like that. You just kind of wrap it up, okay? So however you want to get that, but keep your knees in line with your hips. Press your hips into the ground. So smush your pelvis into the ground and get your ankles. Now watch this. Flex your feet like this. Flex your feet and grab your ankles if you can, instead of grabbing the tops of your feet. But if you cannot, just keep at the tops of your feet. But if you can grab your shin bones, pull your ankles into your bum, and lift your thighs up. And release. Awesome. I'm gonna go back into child's pose, but it's gonna be the start of a frog pose. Oh, these hips! Woohoo! Knees open, as wide as you can. Come back on the forearms. So you're gonna be like on the forearms like this, because we're getting ready for frog pose. Yeah. We are. Knees out as wide as you can now. Awesome. And you're gonna start to come forward so that your hips are in line with your knees. So come forward now, so that you have that. And then you're gonna start to move your feet out. Now you got, yeah. Do they feel more open now? You're gonna externally rotate your thighs, meaning they rotate away from the inner thigh, like away from the ground and backwards. So rolling outward. And then you're pushing apart your hips. So open, you gotta do both in order to make progress. So this gets up into the inner groin, gets at the joint of the hip, the glutes will work here. And now right here is where you guys are gonna start to play. Playtime. You get to move a little forward, you get to move a little back, you get to move a little right, a little left. You wanna go until you get uncomfortable. Uncomfortable. Go to where it feels uncomfortable, because that is where you need to get comfortable, okay? So you go to that place where it's like, oh, I don't want to stay here, but you breathe and you get comfy. And then you move a little somewhere else and get uncomfortable. I think we should do that as a little psychological experiment. What do you think, James? Like in real life, let's go to some uncomfortable places. Thanksgiving dinner. It's just right around the corner, babe. Actually, I'm going on family vacation. Oop, it's on video.
I was going to say the grocery store.
The grocery store. So true. I keep avoiding it. I'm like, somebody will bring me food. All right, you guys, let's come forward or come out of it however you want to. Woo! Lock it in. Oh, yeah. arms will go out to the sides. Yeah. And your right, the hand is going to turn up, right? And you want the thumb to stay up. And you're going to stick your chest out, like you're going to do cobra. And stick your chest out to the left. So you're going to look away from that. You're going to flip over. You guys all know this one. You pick up your left hip, but keep sticking your chest up and out to the left as you bring that left leg over. And then put your head on the floor or the block. Again, you want to get uncomfortable in the shoulder. Don't roll your shoulder until it gets comfortable. Rotate it back so your thumb is up, your shoulder is open, and rotate from your shoulder, not from your elbow. And that is so key. So you want to just keep twisting at the shoulder and keep getting a little more pressure there. So you're going to keep rolling over it. Stretch inside your elbow for 3. That's it. 2. And 1. So beautiful. Let's try the other side, you guys. Let's bring that left arm out. Thumb is up. Again, you want to lift your chest, stick it out. So push your chest up and stick it out to the right. And you'll look right and come on over. Woohoo! That's it. That's it. Let your head rest down. You got it. And breathing in, breathing out. So keep turning your thumb up and back from your shoulder. That's it, Judy. Good. And breathing in and breathing out. So you get that nice opening at the shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and release that. And we're going to press ourselves up and come into rabbit pose. So for rabbit pose, you inch your knees and your feet together. And the crown of your head is going to go to the floor. So you're going to get the top of your head down and reaching for your heels. So as you hold on to your heels, don't let your heels part. Be on the very tippity top of your head, not your forehead. Okay, so do your best to put the top of your head down, the very crown of your head, yep. And keep space at your throat. And then you're going to keep lifting your hips up and over, away from your heels. And charge your shoulders. Feel like you're pushing your shoulders forward, not backwards, okay? So pull your shoulders, toward the very top of your mat. That's it. As you suck the belly in and breathing deeply, elongate your back, you guys. And slowly let that go. All right, let's stretch that Baddha Konasana now. See how we do? See how we do since we were talking about it during the class, at the beginning rather. So see if we get a little more open, I don't know, than you were when you first got here. So Baddha Konasana A, you want to try to get your feet as close to your pelvis as you can. And you want to externally rotate your thighs, and that'll bring them down. And pull open your hips. And you want to try to sit up as tall as you can. And now the movement to come forward for the next part of Baddha Konasana is to bring your body, come forward at your hips. But because we kind of are either closed at the hips or internally rotated, we end up rounding the back. So we want to try to roll open the hips, spread them open, and then lean forward at the hip joint with a straight back. And just keep pulling. Now this is good to do if you guys want to get better at this by next year. Practice this against a wall at home. It'll really help you a lot. By next year, you'll be so much better, right? But if you're against a wall, it'll help you in the Baddha Konasana A, and then you start to lean forward away from the wall, right? So you just keep coming forward and keep pushing open the hips, external rotation for 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Awesome. All right. Bring those in. Give them a little pat. Nice job. Let's come onto your back. Now, if you have your straps, go ahead. Okay, so they come right onto the back. Oh, cool. Look at us, having good timing and all. All right, strap is going to be around the arch of your foot. And you're going to bring your leg right down into your hip sockets. Okay, so you're going to just try to work it in there. Bring your other leg straight out. And just, you guys, just, don't be so, focused on getting your leg close to you, but really on the stretch here, on the back of the knee. And trying to pull the toes down to you, right and left side. Breathing in, breathing out as you bring your thigh and your shin and your ankle closer to you from the hip joint. Okay, so you want to really work downward into the hip and bringing the leg in as your shoulders are relaxing. Okay, so shoulders relaxing. So breathing in and breathing out, and just feel the back of the knee straighter, you guys. Straighter knee. Yeah. So you got that strap. You can kick that heel a little bit further away. All right. Now, when we bring this leg out to the side, if you do it excuse me, by externally rotating at the the hip flexor, you're peeling open the hip flexor, but you don't dump over or fall over to the hip. You keep this hip kind of held in place. Okay, so you're just kind of opening like a fan at the front of the hip, but the pelvis is steady. So if you can kind of hug in at the glute a little bit, you won't fall, but you'll get that stretch open. You kind of activate your glute to hold that hip. Yeah. And stretch the knee, stretch the back of your knee. Get it straighter, you guys. For 3. 2. Not you, Laurie. You're so straight.
I had to look anyway.
I know, you're like, was it me? All right, bring that right up and switch hands. Now again, this bottom leg is going to be strong. Your waist is long. The knee is going to be straight here, so I'm going to really stretch outside here. And again, you want to bring that across, activate your glutes so you don't fall to the side. And keep thinking about now getting length at the lower leg, like from the knee to the ankle. Stretch like that, like from knee to ankle. Yeah, pull from there rather than pulling out of your hip for a second. Right? Just try to stretch at that point. Lengthen. And breathe. Beautiful. Let's release that down. And we'll take it to the other side. So just circle that ankle around. We're ready to run. Tomorrow morning.
We're ready to run a mile.
Run a mile. Didn't do it today. I will be honest. I will not tell a lie. I skipped it today. All right, so this is going to be nice and straight. I didn't eat a brownie, I just skipped it.
Wait a second. Now I'm hearing about brownies. I heard ice
Noreen.
cream yesterday.
Noreen was like, I wasn't feeling good, so I ate a brownie. Oh, Lord. That's what happens.
It's that darn test.
Yeah, exactly. It's all going downhill. Oh, leg is straight, you guys, and start to make that progress from the joint of the hip. So bend from there. And just start to feel the difference if you're rounding your back or tipping your pelvis, and try to, happen right on the inside of that hip joint, and just see if you can make that mobility from there. Even a little. All right, strap in same hand as leg. And again, when you guys bring that out, you want to just open up the hip flexor here at the top, the front, and keep the pelvis in the back and in the sides very steady, okay? So you're not falling over to the side. So you activate your glutes. Your abduction is happening, so your hips are pulling away from each other anyway. Get that abduction. Breathing in and breathing out. That
letting the hip just kind of stay where it is and just go from the lower leg. And again, think about lengthening toward the ankle rather than pushing straight down to the ground. Beautiful. All right, let's release that down. And we're going to take it to bridge pose. Just bring those feet in. Hold on to the front of the ankles or put the strap around the front of the ankles. Okay, so if you can't hold the front of your ankles in bridge, you put the strap around the ankles and then you lift, because it's going to get into your quads a little bit more. And you lift and stretch your quads all the way out over your knees as you come up.
So it's a little different version of bridge. Gets into your quads a little bit more. And you want to send the tops of your thighs toward your knees shoot out over your toes, and you're breathing in and breathing out.
Lift a little more, you guys, if you can. Beautiful. All right, slowly lower that down. Very nice. Beautiful. And just go to the outside of your yoga mat with your feet. And let your thighs go to the left. Let them swivel over to the left. And let them go over to the right. Now just start to notice, you guys, if you're moving from your lower back or if you're moving from down here at the joint of the hip. See if you can rotate maybe a little more internal and external rotation at the joint of the hip, and then internal and external rotation when you go to the other side. So one leg rotates in while the other one rotates out. You got that, right? So if they're both going out, the knees would both go out to the side. So we're going one rolls in, the other rolls out. And again, just notice if your back is doing all of it or most of it, and maybe your hip joint's doing just a little bit, but try to isolate it so the hip joint will get most of it, or just do the best you can. And you're just going to start to notice where you need a little bit more mobility, right? And just do a couple more. And then last one when you're ready. Beautiful. Bringing your legs up. And if you have your yoga block, you put it under your hips. Now we want to try to stretch and elongate your back muscles all the way down. So you're going to start to lift and stretch your back muscles. So use your hands there and get your shoulders under to pull the back muscles long. Maybe bring the arms down and then extend through the legs.
So it takes a lot of your abdominal work here to lengthen your back muscles. Pull them. There you go. And maybe walk your hands in on the floor if you want to. You don't have to. You can keep them on your back, and that's fine. But keep lengthening, pulling your back muscles down, 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 nice and long, 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 all the way toward your buttocks. Maybe even toward your feet. Let your feet go down a little bit more, too. Nice. And when you're ready, we come down. Woohoo, you guys. The camera should have been on you on that one.
That was good. Very good. And just cross your right ankle in front of your left for like lying on your back, kind of cross-legged sit or easy sitting pose, where the knees go out to the sides, a little more external rotation, hip opening. And to add the fish pose to it, or the back bend, you slide your back muscles up your back. So you're going to arch your back, stick your rib cage out, and pull your elbows underneath, and possibly lift your chest and your throat. And the back of the head squeezes toward the back of the shoulders.
So you are squeezing your shoulders back, squeezing the ears back to the shoulders, sliding your back muscles up, breathing in, breathing out, and then undo all of that. So you have flat back, flat neck, flat upper back, and then switch so that your left ankle is in front of your right. And let those hips open again. Right to left. Internal, external rotation. And then if you're doing fish pose with me one more time, you squeeze your back muscles up, you lift up your ribs, maybe go a little deeper, squeeze your ears back, shoulders,
back muscles.
So you shorten all your back muscles. Just pretend your computer screen is behind you now. And you're trying to see it with the eyes that are behind your head. Lean back more, lean back more, lean back more. All right, let that all go. Flatten everything out. Beautiful job, you guys.
Straighten out through the legs. Bring your arms out. Back is nice and long. And bring your arms up and tuck your right knee into the chest. And bring the right knee across to the left and that right arm out. So rotate at the oblique, everybody, right here. Just take all these muscles here at the ribs and the hip and twist it across. Just hug it across. So do your best to activate those muscles. All right, so let that go. Reach the arms up again. And bring the left knee in, left arm out, and bring your obliques across on this side. So really pull the whole side of the ribs, side of the hip all the way across. Belly is in. Awesome. And just relaxing on your back. Just take a few moments here to let it go. Bring your legs apart, hips relax, arms open, shoulders fall back, eyes closed. Just feel your belly rise and fall on your breath.
So just notice when you inhale if your belly goes up, and when you exhale, does your belly go down? Just noticing. And just continue to pay attention to your breath, just noticing your inhale and exhale. And just continue to surrender this evening, to the unknown. Just surrender to what we don't know. Just giving in. And being in this present moment. Letting all the muscles in your arms and your legs relax. Chest, back, buttocks, around the eyes, cheeks. And continue to soften, soften, and soften. And again, just being exactly as we are, not needing any more or any less, just being exactly as we are. Right, when you guys are ready to come out of Shavasana,